millennials, a generation of people that constitute 34% of the population of this country, are their household's chief wage earners and highly educated lot in the history of generations. Having a significant presence across all shopping channels, they demand brands, products and services on their terms. This video aims to study their consumer behavior and what can brands do to address the same and how can they reach to the super important target audience. But let us first understand the demography of this very important segment. Anyone who is in the age group of 18 to 35 are considered to be in the bucket of Gen Y. India has over 450 million millennials spending approximately $330 billion annually. They form 1/3 of India's population and 46% of India's workforce. As per the census data 2019, 67% of Gen Y, which would be approximately 300 million, live in rural India. 30 to 40% of revenues for many firms in India today is contributed by this population alone. Several of them migrate to urban cities for better employment opportunities, improved education for their children, land ownership and stable jobs. This segment is characterized by high disposable income. 24% of the millennials are the chief wage earners in their family. Millennials' household remain largely an untapped market. 190 million of the 281 million households in India have a millennial family member. So now let us look and analyze the spends. Most of the monthly income is spent on essentials, followed by education and utilities. Any incremental income is spent on dine-out experiences and entertainment, followed by apparel and accessories, and then electronics, and then savings account. That would account for approximately 10% of the overall or incremental income. Now this is very important because it signifies more of a consumption economy rather than a savings economy. They are digitally connected individuals. They spend around 17 hours a week on the internet. They spend about 2/3 of their time per using mails, browsing social media and conducting searches. Only 11% of that time is spent on online transactions including banking. If we talk about their ambitions, they are highly ambitious. Wealth is the top life goal for 80% of the millennials. 91% believe in making their own financial decisions. As per a report by Deloitte, 76% women are expected to achieve senior management positions by 2020. 35% of millennials have their own startup firms, and several of them are first-generation entrepreneurs. More about the anatomy of Indian millennials, we find out that 36% of Indian millennials have a fitness app installed on their phones. 40% of male millennials would make all their purchases online if they could, and 56% millennials invest in mutual funds. So now let's try and understand their behavior. As much an opportunity, this is also a very difficult target audience to understand. It is not so simple to draw a clear consumption pattern based on their behavior. They are going for different things in different ways and for a variety of reasons. To capture their attention, brands need to understand their behavior very clearly. They are busy and they have poor attention span. They are attracted to short, crisp and direct communication. If we look into their shopping decision making, they do a lot of research behind every single purchase. They are information seekers. They rely on reviews by peers, experts and influencers and are highly active on social media and blogs. However, their shopping decisions are not necessarily purely based on search on digital platforms. Any channel that provides the desired convenience and fulfills other criteria such as touch, feel and service level would determine their buying decision. There exists no compunction in comparing the products using offline or online methods by this group. What matters to them is if they are able to identify themselves with the brand and if there is value for money. So 60% of Indian millennials look for a brand they can personally identify with, something which will allow them to stand apart from their peers. If we look into the top 5 reasons of millennials to shop online, they would be convenience of buying anywhere and anytime, access to products which are not available offline, able to make frequent decisions, diverse and wide variety and higher discounts. And now the top 5 reasons of millennials to shop offline are touch and feel of the product, outing with family and friends, easier decision making, no major price advantage online, and planning product purchases better. Millennials do not believe in brand loyalty. They are not brand conscious. Brand has to match their lifestyle for them to try it. However, they like and follow a brand on social media, but this is also aimed to get access to deals, coupons, and specialized information and does not necessarily translate into brand loyalty. They like personalized products and services. Differentiating themselves from the rest of the crowd is very important for millennials, and in lieu of the same, they prefer personalized product and service categories. Aesthetic aspects are as important to them as core functional aspects. The other very important aspect for them is value for money, which, by the way, is not just about the quality of the product or its durability or longevity, but also several other factors such as superior performance, shopping experience, customer service, query redressal, etc. They prefer hassle-free experience, easy to navigate website, amazing deals, easy completion of purchases, etc. Now this is very interesting. Indian millennials are socially minded. 92% of Indian millennials look for the values in brand, not in its profits but in its contribution to the society. They prefer brands that are environmental friendly, use sustainable materials, and support specific causes, etc. So these are the values that match their own. The other very important factor is convenience. It is a very important consideration for millennials on account of their hectic lifestyle. It is for this reason that ready-to-eat product category has grown exponentially at the rate of over 28% per annum over the last 5 years. Technology and Indian millennials cannot be separated. They are a tech-savvy generation. They are highly influenced by the usage of data analytics for marketing and promotions, advanced technology such as virtual and augmented reality, Internet of Things, etc. along their shopping journey. They use smartphones for time, location-specific information, accessing social media, camera function, or even to browse future purchases and price comparisons, etc. They use desktop and laptops for long-form information, such as reading blogs, watching video, checking forums, and sending emails. A very important aspect to consider while studying the behavior of Indian millennials would be achievement and aspiration. They are not limited to a party-going group as often stereotyped by many brands. They are aware about the ever-changing job market and social environment and are constantly updating their skills and learning new approaches. As a result, many in this cohort are moving to be the first generation entrepreneurs in their families. Which is why even controversial categories such as fairness creams, built on the platform of achievement and aspiration, have gained a very good traction in India. So now that we have understood their demography and the behavior, let us look into how do we address this behavior. Firstly, a robust market research of the target audience in the geography of interest is sacrosanct. The insights will help brands with a sharp positioning of products in the market, not just based on price, but also based on the need of the target group. I'll give you a very interesting example here. Before Nestle India launched masala versions of its popular Maggi instant noodles, it did a Google poll wherein, without disclosing its brand, Nestle presented Indian millennials with 8 flavors and analyzed their picks. Finally, based on the result, Nestle launched 4 flavors. So depending on the budget and objective, using a bottom-up or top-down approach, one should collect data on the population based on demographic, psychographic, behavioral, and geographical characteristics. So the questions could look like age, geography, occupation, education, marital status, consumer pain points, motivation behind customers' purchase, key criteria to make purchase decisions, culture, interest, hobbies, etc. So it is very important to decide on the marketing spends, campaigns and channels basis these findings. Secondly, brands must adopt an omni-channel strategy, and they should make marketing and communications more comprehensive, personalized, and leverage strength of each channel for communications, or product launches, or even live engagement campaigns. The third aspect, value for money. Nearly 46% millennials would be encouraged to spend on brands having loyalty programs, which entitle them to personalized shopping experience. experiences, custom and tailor-made incentives, premium services, additional discounts or free shipping, etc. And that makes it a win-win proposition for both. Millennials are willing the most to spend on brands with loyalty programs. Millennials are very well informed and digitally connected audience. We just simply cannot ignore that. It is imperative to engage with them online and create an environment for them to interact and talk about the brand's product. One very important way to address millennials' behavior here is that they are more likely to develop a brand loyalty if the brand's values resonate with their own core values. This is a great opportunity for brands to share happiness and foster connection by way of experiences. For example, a brand creating a one-of-its-kind act of awareness campaign during COVID-19 on this lockdown, wherein it supports its consumers in providing homeless or low-income Indians with essential items. That could resonate very strongly with their target audience. Another very important aspect for millennials, as I had mentioned before, is personalization. I'll give another interesting example. Cadbury launched a social video marketing campaign letting customers gift their friends a box of Cadbury Glow chocolate via QR code. Cadbury achieved a 65% click-through rate with recipients, not to mention a 33% conversion rate for viewers who filled in subsequent promotion form. Technology will play a pivotal role in revamping customer journey and enhancing customer engagements. So going digital is imperative. The digital advertising industry in India is growing at a compounded annual rate of 32%. We cannot avoid going digital. Companies are spending more than 24% of annual advertisement spent on digital media. Social media accounts for 28% of the digital advertising market in India, thanks to the 241 million active users on Facebook. With 59 million active monthly users, India is the third largest market for Instagram, a fast-growing advertising medium for companies. E-commerce companies spend the most, approximately 19%, thanks to the online shopping habits of the millennials, with 43% of all digital advertisements tailored for handheld devices. Another very interesting way to target Indian millennials, would be through micro-influencers at Instagram and Snapchat. A lot of brands do celebrity endorsements, but not many leverage the potential of these micro-influencers. They have achieved a modicum of fame by focusing on specific topic of interest. These experts have around hundreds to thousands of followers of their own who engage with them on a daily basis. They are charismatic, innovative, have category-specific knowledge, and actively endorse offerings that resonate with their values and interests. This concept is also called nano-marketing. So why are they important? Firstly, they have highly segmented and targeted audiences. This is a cost-effective way for organizations to target narrow and often difficult to access subgroups. Second, they bring in a unique storytelling personal narrative that gels well with the brand story. Third, millennials know that these micro-influencers will endorse the brand only when they truly believe in it, so as to not hurt their own credibility with their base. And finally, they have a knack for educating customers about the brand while entertaining them at the same time. We spoke about achievement and aspirations, right? It is criminal to assume that Indian millennials care only about parties and fun outings and shopping. They have bold ideas and opinions. They care about professional growth and success. They are struggling to shift the power equation. Brands need to help them in their chase for achievement and success in building a life as per their dreams and plans. For example, many telecom operators have positioned their brand on this insight. Their pivotal differentiator revolves around helping young people network better. So if we now look into the various channels that one can tap to reach out to the target millennials, I must say that brands should opt for a multi-channel approach. There is no one-channel-fits-all marketing strategy for this highly opinionated, restless, hard to catch and harder to keep audience. One cannot avoid digital mediums, we have already established that. It helps to narrow down the target audience, engage with them with innovative and experiential campaigns, get them to talk about the product and review the same, generate a positive word of mouth. It is also a very good platform to understand what and where are the consumers speaking about the brand and allows immediate grievance redressal. However, one needs to know which medium suits what marketing campaigns. Twitter and LinkedIn are great platforms to create conversations. Instagram is a phenomenal platform for visually appealing and engagement-driven campaigns. Likewise, YouTube, Instagram and Facebook are good platforms when you have a story to tell. So you see, there is no one channel fits all marketing strategy here, even if we only talk about digital mediums. Then there are BTL campaigns. I agree that in these times during the lockdown, now BTL campaigns may not make a lot of sense, but post-lockdown, they are sure to gain their prominence again. Innovative BTL campaigns with experiential marketing is a great way to engage and connect with customers one-on-one. This is especially good for product launches, live interactions, personalization, creativity, self-expression, and experiences. Traditional marketing campaigns in ATL, wherever relevant, such as newspaper and OH, could also be explored. But if we look into, the way forward, co-branding with other relevant brands to amplify the outreach, such as bundling with popular OTT platforms, etc., could be very useful. Also, advertising with podcast could also be the way forward. Finally, to conclude, I would say that the consumer landscape at India is changing rapidly. Millennials are increasingly taking the center stage of consumption. Brands therefore need to study this segment well and personalize their product and experiences for the customers to benefit the most in this competition. Thank you.